I'm James Barris, and my goal here is simple: to help you think, speak, and sound like a native English speaker. You know, we're going to get into one of the biggest puzzles for English learners: why you can know all the words but still not quite sound native. We're going to pull back the curtain on the one skill that really bridges that gap. So, let's dive right in. It's a really frustrating feeling, isn't it? You've put in the hours, you've memorized the vocabulary, you know the grammar rules inside and out, but when you speak, it just feels a little stiff, almost mechanical. It's not that smooth, flowing English you hear from native speakers. Well, the reason why is actually way simpler than you think, and it has nothing to do with learning more words. This slide just nails it. This is the heart of the issue right here. When we learn, we're taught to see words as separate little bricks. Go to the store. We say each one perfectly. But that's not how people actually talk, right? Native speakers melt those bricks together into one smooth sound. That little gap between the bricks, that's where that robotic feeling comes from.
So, what's the secret sauce? What's the one thing that can fix this? Well, it's not some crazy grammar rule you missed. The secret, the thing that will take you from sounding like you're reading from a book to sounding like you're just talking, is a really simple idea called linking.
Okay, so what is linking? Think of it as the invisible glue of the English language. It's the art of connecting the end of one word to the beginning of the next, so you get rid of all those tiny, unnatural pauses. It's what turns a clunky chain of words into a smooth, musical phrase. I love this quote because it's just so perfect. A typewriter. Clack, clack, clack. Every letter is a separate, hard sound. That's what English sounds like without linking. But when you add linking, it gets a rhythm, a heartbeat. It comes alive. It's what makes the language breathe. All right, enough theory. It's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to actually hear it. So let's break down a few really common examples. I want you to hear exactly how this works so you can start doing it yourself like today. Okay, let's take a super simple one. Turn off. Now, if you say them separately, you hear that little gap, right? Turn off. But listen to what a native speaker does. That N sound at the end of turn, a consonant, gets pulled over to connect with the O sound at the beginning of off, a vowel. And boom, just like that, it becomes turn off. Hear that? It's one smooth motion, turn off. It's not two words anymore. It's one connected sound. This is happening all the time in spoken English, and it's why things can sound so fast. Let's try one more. You hear this phrase constantly. Pick it up. Now, saying that as three distinct words is, well, it's a bit clunky. But look, we've got the perfect setup here. We have consonants ready and waiting to connect with vowels. So it completely transforms. It becomes pick it up. It's like a little piece of music. The K in pick grabs onto it, and the T in it grabs onto up. It's no longer three separate ideas. It's one single flowing command. Pick it up. See how much smoother that is? Now, linking isn't always about connecting a consonant to a vowel. Sometimes, to make things even easier to say, sounds will actually merge or even just disappear. Check out this phrase, last time. Notice that? The word last ends with a T sound and time starts with one. So instead of saying last time with two hard T's hitting each other, they just merge into one. You get last time. One of those sounds just vanishes to make it smoother. And this isn't being lazy, this is being efficient. It's a natural shortcut the language takes to keep things flowing. Okay, so this is where linking goes from being just a cool pronunciation trick to something much, much bigger. Because mastering this literally changes the way your brain handles the English language. I think this analogy is perfect. Trying to speak word by word is like driving in heavy traffic. You're constantly hitting the gas, then the brake. Stop, start, stop, start. It's exhausting. But when you start thinking and speaking in linked phrases, it's like you've hit the open highway. You're just cruising. Your brain isn't thinking about individual words anymore. It's thinking in chunks of sound, in whole ideas. And the payoff here is huge. I mean, obviously you're going to speak more smoothly, but what's really cool is you'll start to understand native speakers way more easily because your ear is now trained to hear these connected phrases. And of course, when you sound better and understand more, your confidence just skyrockets. And this right here might be the single most important thing to remember. So many people think being fluent means talking a million miles an hour. It doesn't at all. Fluency is about smoothness. It's about flow. A slow, connected sentence will always sound more fluent than a fast, choppy one. So I want you to try a little mindset shift.
Stop thinking of English words as these separate little islands that you have to jump between. Start seeing them as waves in an ocean, where one flows beautifully and naturally right into the next, creating this one big, powerful movement. That's what speaking should feel like.
Because that's what this is all about, right? It's about moving past the strict rules on the page and starting to feel the real music of the language. And linking? That's the key that unlocks it all. It lets you find your flow. Hey, if this explainer helped click something into place for you, do me a favor and give it a like, and subscribe for more tips like this. And of course, share it with anyone else you know who is trying to find their flow. Thanks so much for watching.